Good morning, peeps and perps, brothers and sisters. Karen and I are gonna tootle out of town for a little bit, and this is the rare opportunity of us having the pleasure of having Karen with us. Say good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
So, yeah, now we are heading to Vicksburg. Now,
In half a mile, turn right onto Isaac C. Perkins bypass.
We're heading to Vicksburg, and the reason why we're heading to Vicksburg is because Karen doesn't like the fact that Atlas and I went to Vicksburg on our own, and she didn't get to go. So, she has told me in no uncertain terms, I'm going to Vicksburg, and you're taking me, and we're going to do it together without Atlas. I'd like to have taken Atlas, but this is a me and her time, right? Is that a me and you
Go
time?
past this light, then at the next one,
So
turn right.
now we're heading up there, and we will document our little adventure as we travel. So stay tuned. We said that in unison. Okay. Talk to you all soon. Well, we are in Louisiana. We pulled over into a place that may be developed one day. And we're going to stop and have a Sandy and some grapes. And
Maybe a moon pie.
maybe a moon pie. And then we'll get back on the road. Okay. Well, we're at a lake somewhere. I don't know.
The Auburn?
The Auburn.
Bayou, the Auburn Lake.
Bayou, the Auburn Lake. We're looking for a picnic table, didn't find one, so we're just doing it the old school, which is pull over on the side of the road. But hey, as long as I'm with her,
That's right.
I don't care. Yeah. So we're going to have a little bite to eat, and then we're going to get back on the road. All right. Talk to you in a little bit. Well, we are in Mississippi. We're at the Mississippi Welcome Center, and we're going to take a picture, and then we're going to get back on the road.
Yes, we are.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
Okay, so let's go see what this is all about, shall we?
We shall.
Keep that bud in your ear. Okay. All right, well, let's see where she's at. There she is. There she is. Hello.
Hello.
Are we going in or something? Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to go take a picture. May have to go to the bathroom too. What do you think, sweetie? What's that?
Yes.
I know you guys can hear her, but I can't hear her. Look at that. That's the old Miss. Mississippi's. There it is. Okay, we're going to take a picture now.
How do I zoom this?
You getting the right picture?
How do I zoom?
Oh, how do you zoom? You spread it like that. Let's see her. She's working it. She's doing it on her phone. I don't think you've ever done that before, have you?
Yeah.
Have you? Then why'd you ask me how to zoom?
I couldn't remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's a big body of water.
And cannons.
And it's...
Did you not see the cannons?
And it's deep. Oh! Look at that. Oh. Cannons. I bet those are there to shoot Sasquatch. Oh, I just want you to look at this beautiful furniture. We could never find stuff like this on the West Coast. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my. Beautiful pieces. No, we couldn't find this stuff on the West Coast, could we?
No. Not even close.
Look at that.
That's pretty.
Oh, it's nice. I gotta get a shot of this. Oh, beautiful clock there.
What was this before?
It was called that thing.
Oh, what?
It was called that.
Oh, beautiful pendant settee. Oh, and look at this exquisite inlay work. That's gorgeous. There we are. This is our wonderful host here at the Welcome Center. Her name is Connie. That's right, just like the niece Connie. Only this is Connie. Connie has been wonderful in giving us information about Vicksburg and downtown Vicksburg, and her hospitality has been A+. So, management team, she's a keeper. Thank you, Connie. Well, we have visited with Connie, delightful young lady.
Yep, now we're back in the car.
And now we're getting back in the car, and we're going to head to our lodging. And I don't think we can check in yet, but that's okay.
Well,
we
we
can
might
still
be able to.
at least find it.
Yeah, that's.
All right, we'll check in a bit. Well, we are going into the, what is this place?
Old Courthouse Museum.
Old Courthouse Museum. So I'm going to flip this lens around. Ooh. And look at what we have to traverse. And this is the easy side. Soldiers. We were that which others did not want to be. We went where others feared to go and did what others failed to do. We were American soldiers. Very cool. So Karen and I have to be segregated because that sign says men and this one says ladies. Now that could be referencing bathrooms. Okay, so that's a bathroom and that's a bathroom. Now I wonder what those were before they put a toilet in it. Think they were guard shacks?
Huh?
You think those were guard shacks?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to ask.
Well, I guess we will, won't we? Well, we made it to the room. Okay, let me give you my first initial impressions. Okay, we got here a little after 1. Now, I know check-in is at 3. That's fine. But I wanted to use a different credit card. And the lady who is doing the front desk, okay, she gets a 1 star. 1 star. The room, 2.5 stars. I mean, something to lay your head down on. That's fine.
Well, it's clean. It's nice.
It's clean. It looks like it was painted 5 years ago. Anyway, so I come in and I said, okay, well, I just want to change. Well, I can't do anything until I check you in. I go, okay. So we leave and we go to the historical courthouse. Fine, burned some time there. It was most enjoyable. We come back, and same gal, she's on the phone, I guess asking a coworker if she was coming in to work or something. I don't know. Anyway, she wasn't truly, my opinion, wasn't truly attentive to me. So she says, well, do you want to pay with the card on file? I said, no, I want to use a different card. Oh, okay, well, put your card in there. All right, fine. But at this point, my demeanor with her is strictly clinical, sterile, no happy guy that I usually am. It's like, okay, you just want to stick to business and you don't want to be hospitality, customer related, ship thing, fine. We can do that. I can play that. So then she gives me a key card and she says, you're at this room 120. I said, okay, how do I get there? Oh, it's just down on the right. Okay, so I'm thinking that I can enter the room from outside, right? So I get in the car and we pull around the side of the building, and there's what is that, a Wendy's over there, or Wendy's parking lot butt up against it. It's a zero property line or boundary, and so I pulled back in and I asked her, I said, okay, how do I access my room? Well, it's just right there on the right. I said, do I access the room from within this structure? Well, you can enter from, a hall door, or I said, do you like have a map of the floor plan? Maybe show me, do I go in through here? And it was, she says, well, you can just park right out there and you'll be right, your car will be right outside your window. Well, no, it's not. I've got Wendy's, and our car's on the other side of the building, or I don't know, it's not outside my window. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I don't want to deal with this woman anymore. She needs to go back to restaurant, hotel, hospitality service training. So you can rest assured that I'll be giving a rating of customer interaction on this location. And this location, let me tell you what it is. It's Red Roof. What is it? Red Roof Hotel, Motel here in Vicksburg. Red Roof something. Anyway, so I'll definitely be giving a rating on this. So right now we're in here. Karen's on her heating pad, and it'll be about probably 6 minutes, and she'll have that TV on, and that's fine with me. Do what you do. That's how I look at it. Ain't that right?
That's right. We got to go find something to eat here in a little bit too.
Oh yeah, we probably need to go find something to eat. Of course, this motel suite is right in the middle of a shopping mall plaza. Yeah, so
It'll be all right.
yeah, I mean, it's a place to throw your head down, but it's not going to be. No. This is not my. No. No.
I've been in worse.
Been in worse.
Been in better.
Been in much better. Motel 6, much better. Anyway, well, that's all we got for now. Stay tuned. There'll be more to come.
Look at it.
This is their pool. All broken and janked.
Probably not. It's time not to clean it yet.
Oh, yeah, they may not have cleaned it yet. Got it prepped for the summer. I agree with that. But, okay, so we went over here to Wendy's, and our experience there was
Not good.
we're standing there at the counter. There's like 5 people working there, and nobody, like, yeah, can I take your order? Fun. Like I told you, we're in a shopping mall complex thing here, and so I said, no, I don't mind waiting. I can be patient, but when you're, standing around in there.
And being ignored.
What's that?
And being ignored.
Yeah, standing around in there. I finally told Karen, I said, no, can't do this. So we went over to a Dairy Queen and bought a couple of little burgers and a couple of bottled waters and
French fries.
and that was $26.36. I'm like, whoa, okay. And I told the guy, I says, it's worth it, right? Of course, he said, yeah, corporate guy, he's company man. Anyway, I come back and ate that abomination, and
It's pretty good.
Karen likes it because it had bacon
You know,
on
I had-
hers.
That's right. I had my bacon.
She had bacon, and now she's out here milking. And I got to show you something else when we get back to the room. You know those little door locks, that you can put, kind of it's a lock that's mounted on the wall. You flip it, and it kind of barricades the door. Yeah, I got to show you this. It's like, what's even the point? Anyway.
The point is the door won't open all the way.
Well, yeah, unless you give it a little push, and it'll fall right off the wall. Oh, brother. But that's all right. Hey, look, we just need a clean bed and be able to take a shower and then get the heck out of here and see this beautiful town of Vicksburg. That's what we're here for. And that's what we're going to do. All right. Talk to you soon. So here's what I was talking about. Okay. So, all right. Doesn't even press against the door. That's just crazy. Fortunately, we got that lock. Now I gotta show you this. This right here is wet. Just crazy. It's wet when I stepped out here. I stepped out without my shoes on. And I'm like, oh, gross. I don't know where that's coming from. Water leak somewhere, sewage, who knows. Anyway, yeah, that's our threshold. Well, good morning. Okay, we just spent our first night in this red roof suite here in Vicksburg. And I just noticing a lot of stuff. And I probably wouldn't give it much mind. I've stayed in worse motels, trust me. But the interaction I had with the concierge or the hostess, whatever they call them now, the person that runs the front desk. After that initial interaction, I'm like, okay, I'm hypercritical now. So I'm pointing out every flaw and defect and, is this what I get for my money? And Karen had mentioned this morning that she says, this room smells musty. And she said it may be due to the water that's outside the door in the carpet that's causing the room to smell musty. Okay. Now I'm just wondering how many hidden cameras are in this room. Hope they got a good shot of my butt. Anyway, we're getting ready. It's supposed to storm and rain today here in Vicksburg, but Karen's suited up for it. She's got her raincoat and shoes that she can walk in. It doesn't bother me. I got a hat, so I'm good. Yeah, I'm telling you what, I've taken some pictures too of stuff that I'll be commenting on. And I'm definitely going to give this place a rating review. And I hope it reaches to someone who has any authority to do anything, or even if it does and they don't do anything, so what? We're a tourist town. There's 1,000 people in line behind you. Who cares? Well, get enough of these things and yeah, you'll be rethinking your business processes. Anyway, and I'm wondering if there's any like they just don't have housekeeping. The room doesn't have the ability or provisions for you to make coffee in the morning. You have to wait till 6 o'clock for them to put out a little thermos. And their continental breakfast consists of making a waffle. Yippee, skippy. I told Karen, I says, nah, let's go find somewhere to eat and we'll do that. So we haven't done that yet. She has to get ready. But yeah, and this is the coffee cups, that's fine, no big deal, holds coffee. But you have to go down the hall to the thermos and get yourself a cup of coffee. If I would have looked closer at what amenities were available at this lodging, I'd have brought a coffee pot. I would have brought one. I was telling Karen, I said, I used to, when I go to conferences for one of the government agencies I worked for, one of my colleagues, she would always bring a coffee pot with her. Irregardless, she would have a coffee pot with her. So we're kind of jonesing on coffee. This is my second cup, of which Karen went and got, bless her heart. And she says, we have to share coffee because the thermos is empty. Okay. So their concierge service is zero. And and just the outside, I'll be snapping pictures of it too. It's just that there's no upkeep that what I can see other than the bare get by minimum. I'll be interested when we come back from our little excursion if there's fresh towels and maybe the bed made, or maybe someone took the trash out. It's hardwood floors or laminate floors, so there ain't much cleaning there. They do have a carpet here, kind of a rug that goes under the bed. The room itself is simple. That's fine. There's not a lot of fluff to it. That's fine. But yeah, they're definitely going to get a review. I mean, for the money you pay, you would expect, I would expect a little bit more higher standard. No, not here. So definitely do your due diligence when you're booking. If you're coming over here to do excursions, do your due diligence on lodging and don't rely exclusively on rating reviews. Probably a lot of that is paid ratings. So just do your due diligence. Anyway, I did not. I failed. I think we could have got, more better lodging for the dollar. Amenities, at least, maybe a coffee pot, to make coffee or a tea or something. This is the first, and I've traveled a lot, and I've stayed in many hotels and motels. This is the first one in all these years that there wasn't a coffee pot available. And I'm not talking in those K-cup machines, although I've had those, but just a coffee pot, where you can make a little pot of coffee, a couple cups in your room. I've never experienced that before, so I'm just like, what? What's going on? I haven't been traveling a lot in recent years, but I'm just saying I have done my fair share of traveling, and this is a first. This is a first. All right. Well, I'll touch base with you later. All right. Have a good day. Well, good morning. Okay. It's a new day, and it's drizzly here in Vicksburg, so we thought we would go to the Battle of the Bulge or Battle of the Civil War, or
Yeah.
guys killing each other early before it, becomes a torrential rain. And so, yeah, last night, not so restful, got some sleep, but yeah, Karen took the comforter, and I had nothing.
I did not.
You did too. She took the comforter.
I did not. You were under the sheet and the blanket. I was only under the comforter.
Yeah. Well, and for people who like firm mattresses, like my brother, he likes it to be a plywood board, which is fine for those people. But me, I like a little cushion for my laying. I couldn't figure out how to say that without being nasty. And so I wanted to just lay. I just decided I'm just going to lay on top of the comforter to offer a little bit of padding. I woke up about, I don't know, 2 o'clock this morning, and Karen's all wrapped up in the comforter. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's time to just get up. So I got up, and and of course, this continental breakfast, which consists of one thermos of coffee for the entire lodging facility and a waffle maker. Can you? What? And there's no coffee pot. And I already mentioned there's no coffee pot in the rooms, and that's first time in my entire travel career, history that there wasn't a coffee pot available for you to make coffee in the morning.
And I like my coffee.
And I like coffee in the morning. Karen, she'll go to bed drinking coffee, but not me. Anyway, so yeah, had to wait till 6. It is now currently 8 o'clock. They ran out of coffee at 7 o'clock and didn't replenish it. What the heck is going on here at this place called Red Roof Suites? Not even that. Red Roof Plus Suites. I don't know. Anyway, so we're off to Vicksburg State Park, and we're gonna go in and absorb and become edified in the history of the Civil War around here. And believe me, it's truly awesome to take in, and I know that Karen will enjoy it very much, and I will enjoy seeing it again, and of course being with my bestest woman in the whole world right here. Yeah,
that'd be me.
Yeah, that'd be her. That little mush for you. We call that mush stuff. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we'll see you later. Okay. So we're going to have breakfast at Coffee House, and it's called Cafe. And should be better than making my own waffle. Coffee. So what's that again?
I said it should stop raining around 10, and then it'll start again at 2.
Okay. So we are at Coffee House Cafe, and what a delightful ambiance here.
It's a wonderful little coffee house. I wish I had some of this like this at home.
Not to mention, we have a table of brothers over here having a Bible fellowship, and that just brings joy to my heart. And I'm gonna have a spinach mushroom quiche, and Karen's gonna have the loaded bacon, egg, other
You know, I don't like eggs, but I'm going to try this.
She's going to try the quiche. Of course, she's going to wash it down with some
Chocolate chip cookie
chocolate chip cookie
and a chocolate macchiato.
Me, I'm going for the Americano, but I also ordered a bagel, the fully loaded bagel with plain cheese, because I got to watch my girlish figure. What about you, sweetie?
I'm not watching my girlish figure.
What a trooper. All right, we'll talk to you soon. This is so cool. This is a prayer wall. Oh, you don't get to see this every day. I am so blessed. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, that was just about the most absolutely delightful little place to have a piece of quiche and coffee and Karen's chocolate chip cookies that she ate.
Yes, and I actually ate the quiche. I don't like egg, but the bacon made up for it. So there we have it.
Bacon made up for it. I'll tell you one delightful thing. One of the many delightful things I saw in there is they had a prayer wall, and that I've got a little video. I videoed the inside of this little hideaway, treasure hideaway, I might add, and it just was wow. You don't see that often. I don't think I've ever seen that in a public establishment. But it was heart-lifting to see. Okay, we are off to the
Battlefield.
Vicksburg Battlefield State Park. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Wow, look at that. That is so cool. So I had to save Karen. She had a hitchhiker on her leg. It was mean. It was vicious. It was a caterpillar. So being the masculine, protective, male alpha that I am, I saved her. Did I save you?
You saved me.
And saved the caterpillar
And
too.
saved the caterpillar.
That's right. Because it's just a caterpillar doing caterpillar stuff. Okay. Onward. Had to stop for Karen to take a picture. She wants a picture of that cannon. Oh. I think she's filling her oats with the cannon. Oh, look out. Look. Oh, I'm watching her. I think she got it. Oh. And I don't know. I bet she gets her finger in the lens, like my dad would do. He would do that. Take a picture and his thumb's in the lens. I don't know how he ever accomplished that, but he always seemed to manage to do that. Anyway, and here she comes. Here she comes. There she is. She's got her glasses on so she can read stuff.
Sorry.
Well, let's get out and take a look at this thing, huh? This beautiful monument up here. Oh, let's go see. Look at that. There we go. This is Here Brothers Fought. Yes. And that's the Arkansas monument over there. We'll get a zoom on it. There we go. That's the Arkansas monument. And this is Division Army of Vicksburg. And that is a beautiful memorial. Well, we're going to get out and take a look at another monument here. And, well, let's see. This is Joining Up for Freedom.
Oh, this must be the.
Joining Up for Freedom. Now, I want you all to appreciate that I'm giving you these highlights, so you know what to look for when you come. And look, there's a QR code that you can scan and get more info on it. I've got the app. There's an app for the state of that includes this part. This reads, commemorating the service of the 1st and 3rd Mississippi Infantry Regiments, African descendant, and all Mississippians of African descent who participated in the Vicksburg campaign. Now that is awesome. Totally. Okay, say that again.
Hello.
I'm the only one with a mic, so she has to speak up. And it's kind of cloudy today. It's a little overcast, a little sprinkle. But we Oregonians can handle that. It just puts more moss on the north side of our body.
That's right.
Yeah, so we can handle it. So we're going to get back in the rig and tootle on down and see what other treasures are around. I just wanted to point out that there is deep humbleness and deep respect for what happened here. This is an ugly, ugly campaign. War is an ugly business, and a lot of men died here. And they died here because of ideologies of how America should be. And great respect for the preservation of this to remind us, and that the staff who keep this maintained do an awesome job, and I know that they do it with reverence. We're heading down to Sherman's Circle.
Whatever that is.
And I guess we gotta go one way to Sherman Circle. Do a circle around Sherman Circle. There it is, right there. Sherman Circle. It's got a little finger up there that says go this way. I haven't seen that in a long time. Indiana. That's an Indiana monument right there. Most likely infantry. More Indiana right here. Boy, I tell you, there's just all kinds of states here. I mean, all over the place. So many men here in this part of the country. This was a great battle for sure. No. I know this doesn't do justice,
No, it
but
doesn't.
that is some deep ravines to traverse. Oh, it had to be so hard.
Because, there's signs down there. Men were down there.
Men were down there, yeah. We're on Graveyard Road. Just consider for a moment how many men died in this area, all this area. It's just
Sad.
just takes your breath away. And these aren't tombstones. These are monuments telling you who was here. And it just goes on forever. Just forever. It's just crazy. Crazy big time. U.S. Ewing's approach. Wow. Lots of cannons. Now we're walking up to the overwhelming firepower. Any of you ever see that picture of Atlas and me in front of the cannon? It was these cannons. I think it was these cannons. Could have been another cannon somewhere. This is the Union siege of Vicksburg. It was successful because of places like this. Straight shot. Straight shot.
To where?
To there. To over there.
Okay.
Yeah, because way over yonder was where the Confederates were. So, here we have, looking at a battlefield now. We were just talking what this terrain would have looked like during that time, and I would suspect it was pretty muddy because there were a lot of foot traffic, artillery, wheels, all kinds of digging trenches and things like that. So I would imagine that it was pretty muddy. And it was in the summer.
It was hot.
So it was hot. It was humid. Oh, man. Oh, I would not want to have been here.
No.
We're going up to Shirley House. Now, imagine for a moment living in that house in the middle of this battlefield. Would that keep you up at night? It'd probably keep me up at night if I lived in that house, or even at Shirley's house. We're going to go up and read. It's a fantastic story of Shirley's house, or Shirley House. It must be a last name, Shirley. It's not a woman named Shirley, but I think it's Shirley. We're going to read about it. Digging in the Shirley House. And this reads, although they owned 25 enslaved workers, James Shirley above and his wife Adeline were Union sympathizers. Their teenage son, Quincy, joined the Union troops at his doorstep in fighting the Confederates.
Wow.
It's amazing. Can you imagine? Right there, right outside the door, which means right here was all of that. So let's see here. Imagine the scene here in June 1863. The hillside to your right had been completely transformed into a vast network of dugouts known as shebangs. These makeshift shelters protected Union soldiers from the oppressive summer heat and the threat of nearby Confederate guns. When the siege ended, the Shirley House stood badly damaged and abandoned. It served the Union Army as a smallpox quarantine hospital. It was bought by the U.S. government in 1900, now restored to its pre-war appearance. This stately house is the only remaining wartime building inside the military park. Wow.
Can we go in?
I don't think you can go in, no.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay, but talk about having a front row seat to this. And this ain't even at Vicksburg town. This is outside of Vicksburg. But the armies had to confront each other. And the Union Army had to confront the Confederate here in order to take Vicksburg. And Grant failed his attempts. Every shot. He had one last attempt or one last strategy to do before, what was his name? The general of the Confederates. Pemberton, General Pemberton surrendered. Because what the Union did is they choked off their supply. So they were just going to wait it out. Just going to wait it out, the Union, and choke them out of supplies. Now, Grant wouldn't have been able to get such hardware and supplies to these fronts without a daring move of sending boats down the Mississippi, past Vicksburg, and coming around in the back, hitting them from behind. And his definite bold move paid off, and they were able to resupply the Union front, the Union forces, and I'm talking about all kinds of states here, thousands of soldiers, and was able to do that. And then, so they had their supply, so they just waited them out and choked off the Confederates. And but his General Grant's attempts to siege the Confederates were met with retreat. There were two campaigns, and both he had to retreat. But he had one more strategy, and he was going to execute it, and it was going to be bold, and it was going to, well, the other two were bold and risky. It was like a last-ditch effort. But then General Pemberton, threw up the white flag and surrendered. I mean, the Confederates were dying off. They were, dysentery and malaria and all kinds of stuff. And he finally surrendered. So Grant didn't get to execute his last stratagem. So that's how this battle was won. Pemberton surrendered, and then he resigned in disgrace. Now I don't know why that would have been the case. I mean, the man was obviously a remarkable strategist. Yet the history says that he resigned in disgrace. I don't think he did. I don't think General Pemberton, in what he did to stave off the Union soldiers, I think his strategies were good too. It's just that they got choked off.
And they got sick.
And I think he did it out of, what, I would rather save my men, save what men I have left, and just surrender, than to watch them all die and die from diseases and sickness and, no supplies. So that's kind of how I see it. I think his surrender was out of compassion than anything else. So. And just how important was Vicksburg to the war and to those who fought here? Look around and you'll see hundreds of markers, plaques, and memorials tell the story of sacrifice and dedication and celebrate the spirit of reconciliation between former enemies. The Illinois State Memorial, dedicated in 1906, cost over $190,000. That's more than $4.6 million today.
I can always slide down later.
I don't think you want to slide down that granite.
Not sideways.
Or you could just hop on the old man's back and I'll just carry you down.
Yeah, right.
Because that's how I roll. And we'd probably roll.
Probably. All the way down.
Yeah, that probably would not be a good thing. What do you say we just take it one step at a time? How's that? How is that?
That's a lot of stairs, Dad.
This is quite a remarkable
Yeah.
structure.
Wow.
Wow, that's right. And this is a wonderful marker. This whole wall memorializes this soldiers who gave their life in this campaign, and this just goes all the way around. And then, of course, up here is the generals and colonels. Wow. And there's quite an echo in here. Let's just open at the top, down to this seal. The seal of the state of Illinois. Union, national, sovereignty, state. Or state sovereignty, national union, 1867 and 1818. Notice how Romanish it is. It's definitely a better vantage point from up here over the terrain. Oh, look at that beautiful shepherd down there. Got a beautiful boo-boo. Got a beautiful boo-boo. Wow. All right. You're ready to traverse the steps
Yes, dear.
of death.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Let us do it. And we shan't die, but we may roll.
Oh, please no.
You better hang on then.
I think I better.
Down the steps now.
Yeah.
More steps. And she's holding on to me, but I'm actually holding on to her because I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, geez. We're in trouble.
So I got Karen guiding me down the steps. She's not sure of her steps.
No.
And
I don't want my hip to give out on me.
don't want her hips to give out on her. Oh, we made it.
Yay.
Yay. Here's another vantage point. And this is not all of it. I mean, that's a chunk of it. That this whole battle ground stretches for miles. And trust me when I say that it wasn't smooth terrain. Johnny Smith's brigade assault May 1863. We're coming up to the placard that's titled Blasting Their Way. And it says direct assaults on the Confederate fortifications on May 19th and 22nd ended in heavy Union losses, with Vicksburg's defense holding strong. Grant changed tactics and ordered a formal siege. Here, at 3rd Louisiana Redan, all phases of siege warfare were brought to bear on the earthen fort in front of you. Federal troops labored 24 hours a day in the brutal heat of the Mississippi summer to dig deep trenches along Jackson Road from the Shirley House toward this position. And the 45th Illinois Infantry then burrowed under the point of the Redan and filled the mine with over 2,200 pounds of black powder. Every man in the investing line became an Army engineer day and night. Entrenchments, rifle pits, and dirt caves were made in every conceivable direction. And into the breach on June 25th, an explosion blew a huge hole in the walls of the fort. Union troops charged into the crater. A second wall stopped the soldiers in their tracks. For 26 hours, a fierce battle raged. The Confederates held fast and forced the Union troops to withdraw. Vicksburg defenses held. And Shirley House is there in the background. So, yeah, I'm telling you what. And they didn't have heavy machinery we got today.
Shovels.
That's simply amazing. Really an amazing story. Now, what do we got over here? This is Wisconsin Monument. Let me just pull over here. Let's take a look at this monument. This is they're absolutely stunning monuments. Oh, just beautiful. Wisconsin. There's little statues on the side. Let's see if I can zoom in for you. Amazing. A dash of courage. So this reads, on May 19th, 1863, the 55th Illinois Infantry was pinned down by enemy fire and running out of ammunition. Orion P. Howe, a 14-year-old musician, volunteered to run back and get more. On the way, he was wounded. He found General Sherman near this location and asked for needed cartridges. For his heroic run, Howe became one of the youngest recipients of the Medal of Honor.
Wow.
What arrested my attention then was that one so young, carrying a musket ball wound through his leg, should have found his way to me on that fatal spot and delivered his message. Wow.
Wow. That's simply amazing.
Simply amazing. We're out here walking. Kind of raining now. But Karen says, well, I said, you want to go up here? She says, well, it's up to you. I said, I've got a hat.
I got a raincoat.
She's got a raincoat. We can do this. The expanse of this battlefield, battle terrain, I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. And we were just talking about, where'd they camp all these guys? This is murder. They were all volunteers and unmarried. Those 150 Union men called the Ford and Hope, powerful cannon had pounded the Confederates. I guess it would be that cannon, probably some other ones poked around here. Pounded the Confederates for 4 straight hours. Laden with planks and hastily built ladders, they struggled up the road in front of you. I'd be there.
Mm-hmm.
Their job, bridge the 7-foot deep ditch that fronted the Confederate fort looming 200 yards ahead. And as they moved down the open road, deadly fire from the fort cut the boys in blue to pieces, and only a handful made it to the ditch alive, where they remained pinned down. The Union attack bogged down. A second advance was ordered. Again, the Federals were ripped apart as they advanced along the road. The numbing casualties of May 22 convinced General Grant to lay siege to Vicksburg. Almost half of the forlorn Hope volunteers, okay, they're called forlorn Hope volunteers were casualties during the May 22nd assault. The survivors were awarded the Medal of Honor. And this says, "This is murder. Bring those troops back." And that's from
Sherman.
General William T. Sherman. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. My goodness.
Yeah, they were way in the open, weren't they?
It's definitely battle hardened. Oh, my. My. That's a trench, definitely a trench. Imagine digging that out by hand. That's soldier engineering ingenuity. What these men did back then. And I think we both came to agreement that no, I don't think that today's soldiers could do without the technology that we have today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying they couldn't do it. I'm just saying the communication lines and like that 14-year-old musician taking a message to Sherman with a wound in his leg. And what's so amazing about this is how they were so synchronized, both sides, Confederate and Union, synchronized in their communication and their efforts and strategy. How they got that message across to all these brigades and all these groups to carry out these campaigns is just amazing. And now we're going to take you to the stronghold of the Bluffs. Explore the defenses. In order to guard Vicksburg from Union attack, the Confederates built a ring of forts around the city's northeast and south sides. You are currently standing at the northernmost point of those defenses. From here, the tour road travels east to the south along Confederate lines. Here you can see Confederate state memorials that honor the troops who fought here. Forts like Stockade, Raiden, Great Railroad, and Fort Garrett, the site where General Grant and General Pemberton met to discuss surrender terms. And we got to see these beautiful memorials. There's a Mississippi right there. Earpiece, so that's all right. Karen says there's more stairs to walk, so we're going to walk them. Well, what do we have up here? Let's take a look. Well, no doubt there's a cannon up here. I gotta watch my feet instead of watching this daggum video camera. Kind of reminds me of the Oregon coast now. Oh, a little higher view of the Mississippi.
And now it's going to start to rain.
Wow.
Oh well.
I wonder how far that cannon would shoot to the
Down to the
Union
river.
boats that came up this.
Yeah.
Now they had to, they had to pass Vicksburg, and that was a gauntlet.
That was in that movie we just saw.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so because Karen walked up the steps, it's raining.
Yeah.
So she says it wasn't raining
Not when I started.
until she started up the steps.
All right.
And now
I'm wet.
we're wet. Got to walk in the rain. Can we do it? I'm kind of
I don't
melting.
know. I didn't like it in Oregon, and I still don't like it here.
Kind of melting. We are at the Cairo Museum. This is the USS Cairo. Now, in the little video, they pronounced this ship that was picked up called Cairo. We call it Cairo because it's spelled like Cairo. And I don't know where they get off calling it Cairo. Who is that narrator calling it Cairo? It's Cairo. It's a remarkable structure. Those boilers, Karen.
Oh, there's some of the old. There's some of the original.
Yeah, look at that. I got my finger. I got my finger in the video. Just like Dad. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And a crew of immigrants. Had you stepped aboard the USS Cairo during the Civil War, the conversations may have surprised you. So many languages stroll the decks, and you might have heard French, Danish, Russian, German, and accents from Ireland, England, and the Caribbean. Nearly half the boat's sailors were immigrants. And this group of men came from many walks of life. They were black and white. They were farmers, teachers, and butchers. Most had no sailing experience. They learned their duties on the job. U.S. born or not, these Union sailors were fighting for the survival of the country they called home. And then it says down here, when Cairo went down, her crew, 158 sailors and 17 officers, had no time to save their personal possessions. Thousands of items sank with the boat and was recovered during salvage operations. Wow. The capstan is a powerful winch, helped the crew haul heavy lines, move guns on the gun deck, and pulled in the anchor. Steam from the boilers powered the capstan. In an emergency, this essential tool was turned in by hand with wooden spokes inserted into the hub of the top, where that bird nest is. Oh. All right, kids, pay attention. Don't be climbing on the cannons. A ton an hour. Look down to your left and see Cairo's restored fireboxes. Wow. The firebox doors. Coal shoveled into the fireboxes heated the boilers. Steam from the boilers powered Cairo's engines and drove her paddle wheel. A gunboat without steam could not move and was helpless if attacked. Ironclads kept fires burning and the steam pressures built up even when anchored. For hours on end, coal heavers piled coal from the storage bunkers into the fire room, and firemen fed the fuel into the boiler's firebox. Cairo's boilers burned a ton of coal an hour when the boat was underway. That's some hard work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boilers, and then an exchange on top, perhaps. Wow. The pilot house. If you look up, that circle of sloping iron plates overhead shielded Cairo's pilot house. I don't see a circle. Where's circle? I see squares. Perhaps the entire top. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so right there. Okay, so sloping iron plates overhead shielded Cairo's pilot house. From this exposed perch top of the upper deck, the pilot steered the gunboat, and the officer on duty kept watchful eye on the river. Orders to the engine room to change speed were sent using a signal board or by shouting through the speaker tube. And they dredged this up from the river. It's amazing. How'd you like to work on one of these? Not. So they had 2 aft cannons, I think 2 aft cannons, 3 bow cannons. And look at that bow. Yeah, I'm just kind of just. Don't get your thumb in it. I've already got my fingers in my lenses a couple of times. Oh, I bet they did some fishing on that thing. Well, we just visited the Cairo river battle cruiser
USS Cairo.
USS Cairo. The narrator on the little documentary said Cairo. Cairo is Kayro, and it was a syrupy kind of stuff for us folks who couldn't afford syrup. We had to use Cairo syrup on our pancakes. Is that right, Karen?
That's right.
Yeah. So now we're going to go and see more of the Confederate side. I was talking to a lady inside the museum here and learned that the amount of land that this whole campaign is the state park itself is not even all of it.
I wouldn't think so.
It's all the state park used to be a lot bigger, but I guess Kennedy allowed the city to annex part of the state park for economic development, of course. But she said no. She says there was skirmishes going on right outside people's houses in Vicksburg. In fact, the women would stand on this bluff over here or somewhere over here and watch skirmishes go on. And most of the houses, she said, that, they had caves that they would go into during these bombardments and skirmishes. And so what we're seeing as far as the state park is concerned is not the entire terrain that this whole Vicksburg campaign was about. It's kind of weird. But we're going to go check out the Confederate side and do some other stuff. And we'll catch back with you. All right. See ya. I'm going to go and check out the cemetery. It is vast. And I'm going to take you with me. The final resting place with dignity. Gaining control of Vicksburg of the Mississippi River cost so many lives, more than 10,000 Union dead in the aftermath of battle, and dead were often buried hastily in makeshift graves. At hundreds of Civil War battle sites, the remains of fallen soldiers nearly lay forgotten, scattered in woods, fields, and roadside ditches. National cemeteries were created in 1862 to provide a remedy, proper and honorable burials for the men who died in service. Established in 1866, Vicksburg National Cemetery holds the remains of 17,000 Union servicemen, more than any other national cemetery, and about 1,000 veterans of other U.S. conflicts. At the close of the Civil War, the federal government conducted a massive search for the temporary graves of the Union soldiers and sailors. The remains, nearly 300,000 men, were eventually reburied in national cemeteries. Many have never been identified, their graves marked by simple square blocks. It just goes on and on and on. It's just so many markers. So many markers. National cemeteries were initially for Union burials only. The remains of about 5,000 Confederate veterans who died at Vicksburg lie in Cedar Hill Cemetery in an area called Soldiers' Rest. Wow. And beautiful magnolia trees. Wow, awesome. I mean, it's not awesome, but I mean, it's awesome that they did this proper and honorable burial site, not just for the Union, but for the Confederates as well. They all fought bravely. Well, we're going to check out the formidable obstacle. Dun dun dun. A formidable obstacle. The earthen slope in front of you marks the southern edge of Great Redoubt, the largest fort and highest point on the defensive line. Today's tour road follows the deep, dry moat that once fronted a wall and fort and gave Confederates extra protection against assault. Wow. Forts guard the roads. The Great Redoubt and the 3rd Louisiana Redan were built to guard the Jackson Road. When direct Union assault on these and other forts along the Confederate line failed, Grant switched to siege tactics to take the city. Redoubt is a rectangular fort that protects the troops from artillery inside from attack from any direction, and a redan is a triangular fort that projects out in front of the defensive line, allowing soldiers inside to fire into the flanks of the attacking troops. This 1900s photograph shows Great Redoubt from the northeast. Wow.
Okay, so that says down there that this was a Confederate headquarters about 400 feet this way.
Oh.
So
Probably.
maybe up there.
Yeah. So that was the Confederate headquarters.
That's
up
what it
right
said.
there, huh? Wow. Okay.
Double check the map.
Remembering the sacrifices. States have been dedicating memorials here to their soldiers since 1903. The federal law that created Vicksburg National Military Park authorized each state that had troops at Vicksburg to build a memorial. Many northern states began at once. It took decades for many southern states to achieve the level of prosperity they enjoyed before the war. As a result, many of the southern states' memorials were built much later than those from northern states. Many southern memorials, such as Texas and Georgia, reflect more modern artistic styles. The Mississippi Memorial was one of the first memorials built by the southern state. The bronze sculptures you see on the monument today were added several years after the dedication. And this is the Mississippi State Memorial, which was dedicated in 1909. Amazing, beautiful artistry. Wow. So that's Texas. We're in the Railroad Redoubt. That's a Texas monument. This is Confederate lines, but as you can see, that's Confederate, and yet way over there, right over there, is a blue placard. Let's go see what the placard sign says over here. Briefly breaching the line. We are right there. The Mississippi Railroad, Southern Railroad, Mississippi. So, briefly breaching the line, at daybreak on May 22nd, 1863, hundreds of federal cannon opened fire. The Second Union attempt to take Vicksburg began. 3 miles of Confederate fortifications were bombarded for 4 hours. Then the Union guns fell silent. Troops charged forward. Here at Railroad Redoubt, soldiers scrambled up the parapets and rushed through a breach in the fort wall. Vicious hand-to-hand combat followed as the Federals fought to hold the fort. But their success was short-lived. Confederate reinforcements arrived. The attackers were driven out. The Union assault failed here and all along the line that day. Measuring his losses and the Confederates' formidable defenses, Grant decided to take Vicksburg by siege, not by storm. Wow. Okay. The carnage had to be immense. That's Alabama statue. I wonder who the woman represents. She the protector? I don't know. She must be a protector or something. I don't know. It's a wonderful looking statue though. Wow. This is a statue for Kentucky Confederate Monument. Oh, there's some beautiful monuments. There's some very brave souls. Confederates line. This is 23rd Alabama. This whole area is a Confederate line. And let's see, look at that. Oh my word. And look at those blues. Those blue marks. Or placards. Look at those blue placards. That is face-to-face combat right there. Well, here's a monument of Georgia. Oh, it's a beautiful monument. And then there's a line right down there, a placard line. A placard to show a Confederate line. That redoubt right there is Fort Garrett. And there's a Union placard, and this is at the Confederate line. So, and they're way over on that other ridge over there is another Union placard. But all of this is the Confederate line. That is definitely a battle that went on there. But a redoubt is a square, and a redan is a triangle.
Just learned that today.
That's Indiana. Wow. Monument. Right here on the Confederate line. Amazing. Well, now we're entering Union lines. So we just did the Confederate line. Now we're entering in the Union line. Let's see who this is down here. This is Wisconsin. It's a Wisconsin monument. Oh, man. This is Hovey's approach.
Let me see if it's on our little map.
There's no storyboard, though, to read to you, but
Hang on, let me see if it's on
we definitely got Union out there all over the place. This land is all Union. That's Indiana's monument. There was Iowa back there. And this is definitely Union ground here.
Now it's in Iowa.
Wow. Let's see. 56 Infantry, Ohio. Infantry. There's a plaque up there that I'm not getting out to read because there's nowhere to park. There's Indiana again. Ohio. Well, that's not a state memorial, but it's Ohio. And look at right there. I don't know if you can read that. Let me bring it in.
What's it say?
Kentucky.
Oh.
Well, we had a nice visit with the park here and the visitor center. We had delightful conversations with the staff in there. And I hope you enjoyed our tour of Vicksburg Civil War Memorial Park. And now we're going to tootle around until a specific restaurant opens up. And then we're going to get a bite to eat and see where we go from there. So we'll talk to you soon. All right. Have a blessed day until we talk again. Okay, so we're eating at Beechwood restaurant, cafe, diner,
Lounge.
coffee house, lounge, and Karen, of course, don't get out much, so she ordered a steak.
Got that right.
Me being conscientious, ordered a salad, and a loaded potato.
Yeah, so, yeah.
We're gonna like it.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Have fun.
Bye.
We will. Bye.
Not always.
Yeah, really. Well, good morning.
Is it?
So, okay, this Red Roof Plus Poop Sweet joint, you know, you don't have a coffee pot in the dadgum room where you can make yourself a cup of coffee. Can't do it. Can you, Mom?
No, you can't.
All right. So Karen gets up, says she's chomping at the bit, waiting at 6 o'clock to roll around so she can go and get herself a cup of coffee. Well, she comes back and says they ain't got coffee. They ain't even going to have waffles or...
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, they ain't even going to have the continental
They're
nothing.
out of coffee.
They're out of coffee.
How can you be out of coffee in a
How
restaurant?
can you not go over there to Kroger's and buy yourself a
can of coffee and make some dead bird coffee. And then,
Who didn't order it?
yeah, and then that one thermos for a 3-story hotel. Unless they have one on every floor, I don't know. But they only have one place to make a waffle. So, no coffee.
Which isn't even open yet. There's the waffle place isn't even open.
Yeah, the little cafeteria where you can make a waffle, yeah, that's not even open. And it's supposed to be available from 6 to 9. I cannot wait to give my reviews online concerning this business. And it will not be favorable. Now, okay, if you're coming for an hour, probably a good place to come. If you're coming to just, I need a place to throw my head down, get up next morning, get the heck out, okay. But if you're going to stay more than one night, no, don't do it. And if you're coffee drinkers like us,
Don't do it. Bring a coffee pot.
bring a coffee pot with you. So we are heading right now. We're going to head to, it's a casino that has a breakfast little cafe in it, and we're going to go do it because it's open. And, Karen said, well, what about Waffle Houses? There's Waffle Houses, but I look at the ratings on them and I'm like, ain't going, no. We'll go to a casino where at least they have staff that maintain it. So that's what we're going to do, huh, baby? That's
Yes.
what we're going to do. We're going to do that. And then we're going to come back, stay for a little bit. Karen wants to do something with her hair, and then we're hitting the
Wash
road.
it.
Oh, yeah, she wants to wash
Got
it.
rained on yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So, and then we're gonna bolt out of here. So, all right, stay tuned. Probably more to come.
Bye.
Bye. Well, we have arrived at Waterview Casino and Hotel, which means we're gonna get some breakfast, huh? We're gonna get some breakfast. Oh, coffee. We're gonna get coffee and something to eat because this Red Roof Plus Sweet joint ain't got nothing.
That's right. Nothing.
We don't like it.
No.
Yeah, we didn't sign up for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going now. All right, so we're at the Sandbar Grill, and look what Kara's got. She's got some coffee, and they had a vegetarian burrito, but when I requested that, guess what? No, they don't have it. It's still on the menu and plastered everywhere, but they ain't got that. So we're going to enjoy some coffee. Karen's going to enjoy some pancakes. I'm going to have a Southwestern burrito.
And bacon.
And bacon. She's going to have bacon. And by golly, we're going to make the best out of our catastrophe of this hotel, aren't we?
Yes.
Because that's how
I'm not letting it ruin this weekend.
Heck no. We've had an awesome weekend. And it's not going to be rained upon by this joint that we are at. So there you have it. Okay, so we're going to visit with each other, and then we're going to enjoy a delightful breakfast from a casino. Karen says she has to at least play one machine before we leave. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to watch her play these devil machines while
Come on, I haven't been in a casino in years.
while I stand there and look pretty.
That's right.
I'll be her support team.
Because
Maybe
I'll lose.
she's going to wind up putting $1 in a penny machine. We'll be here for 2 hours while she plays that dumb thing. Which, I'm going to have to then say, well, I might as well find a machine, but I can't just, drop a penny in. I've got to drop $1 in. And then pretty soon it's like, we have any cash left? No, we ain't got nothing. So, okay, let's let our adventure segue in this casino and see how it goes. All right, talk to you soon.
All right, well, let's just give you a little brief update here.
Had breakfast and lost my money in about 2 seconds.
Wait, yeah, you got to add more color to it. Okay, so we had breakfast, and of course, I told you I couldn't get the vegetarian breeder. Their coffee is not premium,
But it's coffee.
in as much as Karen didn't want a warmer. She didn't want it refilled. She says, no, I'm good. I filled mine up because I just want the oil. Karen had a $10 bill, and she just had to play one of these machines. And I said,
So he had to play too, so we split it. So
we
$5 each.
So we could sit together and bond over a machine that says, we will gladly take your money. Thank you for your contribution. Well, okay. We sat at a machine side by side. I put my 5 in. She puts her 5 in. She lasted probably a minute. Burned through that $5. I won 50 cents and burned it in probably minute 45 maybe 2.5 minutes. And I said, okay, there it is. Maybe that's it, right? You're done, right? Well, if she had endless cash on her, she would be bouncing like a ping pong ball in there, and playing all those machines. And generally, Karen, you're really pretty good about sitting at a machine, betting a penny, playing all the bonuses, and just having a good time. And that's fine. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I know eventually she's going to lose it, and I know I always lose it. I may get a jackpot once in a while, but
What's that?
yeah,
I've never got one.
I remember Mary and Vanna. I think you were with us. We're in Shreveport. I won 2 jackpots in the same day. It really made Vanna upset. Bastard. Yeah, well, there it is there. Yeah, I won 2 good jackpots. And but anyway, so we're gonna head back to the junk motel and prepare ourselves to bolt out of there and head on back home. Okay, we'll follow up. All right, talk to you soon. Say bye, Karen.
Bye.
Well, we just checked out of that cluster of a joint. Standing there. All I wanted was a printed receipt of our stay. And and then she's complaining about everything, and I'm like, not my problem. Let me just move that up. Not my problem. I don't care. Just give me a receipt. And the computer's all locking up and stuff, and I said, have you tried rebooting it? Don't you think I've tried that? I don't know. Have you? Yeah, about 3 times, which tells me, because anytime you use 3 off the cuff like that, you're lying. So, yeah, check it out. There's psychology studies on that. Truly. Anyway, so now we're going to go and head back and get a picture of the arch. And then we're going to head on home. Okay, well, we'll talk to you later. And this has been a fabulous getaway, short of this lodging place. But other than that, we'll overlook that, and I'll give my scathing review of the place. And yeah, and there was I don't know if I said this. Did I say this about the guy standing next to me while we were waiting for her? Chit-chatting with some person out on the car. He says, never again. And he used to stay at this place, Red Roof. back in the day, and he's like, never again. I said, I don't blame you. I said, it won't for me either. Anyway, okay, enough of that. We're going to go and head to the Civil War Arch and get a picture. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. The sun is coming out. We're going to go take a picture. We're going to go take a picture, babe?
Yeah, we're going to go take a picture.
Okay, we're going to get on this grass and we're going to go take a picture.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to take a picture right there. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We going to do that, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was fun. That was a whole 40 seconds of
Excitement.
excitement right there. So I think we're gonna go back into the visitor center and tootle around a little bit, and
Head home.
maybe pick up a doohickey.
Maybe.
Ooh, a trinket. Oh, something to throw in the drawer, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Gonna do some eBaying with it. So artillery, the king of battle. Look at that. And all these different cannons here. It's just amazing. So let's read this. It says, the types of cannon you see here all saw action during the Vicksburg fighting. For centuries, artillery had ruled the battlefield. By the time of the Civil War, advances like rifled barrels, improved aiming, and ignition had made cannon more powerful and more deadly than ever before. Here, Confederate artillery made Vicksburg's fortifications tough and closed down the Mississippi to Union traffic. Here also, Union cannon held Confederates captive inside their defenses, forcing their final surrender. And then pick your target. Civil War artillerymen used a variety of lethal projectiles to rain down death and destruction on their enemy. The solid shot, the canister shot, the spherical case, the spherical shell, the rifled projectiles, and park rangers and volunteers demonstrate the cannon firing drill taught the Civil War artillerymen. So cool. So what is that over there?
It looks like just a little fortification that they might have lived in.
It's a little fortification, huh? Let's go look at the fortification. And for your safety, do not cross the cables. Don't do it. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I bet they didn't have concrete. Bet it was all wood and dirt. Wow. Very cool. Well, we just came back out of the visitor center and got myself a new hat. Can you see my new hat? There's my new hat. Got a new hat. And
I got a book.
Karen got a book, and she got a couple trinkets for the other girls, and now we're gonna be heading home, and I'm gonna enjoy a moon pie, and then we're gonna just toodle on back to the old Arkansas land, and I guess that would be it. So we're gonna enjoy our little ride back. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Yeah, well, so we're in Prescott now, and we are at our favorite truck stop cafe. I think this is our third time eating here. Yeah, and haven't been disappointed, so we decided we would hold our starvation until we got here.
Yeah.
Our route was supposed to take us to Hope, and we rebelled against it and said, no, we're going to the truck stop.
And turned off that bossy woman.
Turned off that bossy woman. So we're going to have a burger, or I'm going to have a burger, and I don't know what you're going to have. We're going to have
You made your choice yet?
Not yet.
You're gonna do either a patty melt or a burger. Well, here comes our waitress. I don't know. She's serving another fellow, so we got a moment here to talk. Nope, here she comes. Here she comes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we were saying, now that we've given our order to the wonderful waitress, we're tired, and but it's sunny outside,
Yes.
and it's been an enjoyable drive, I think. What do you think?
Beautiful drive.
Beautiful drive. And we've been listening to Patriarchs and Prophet, Ellen J. White's audiobooks, and we're on Sodom and Gomorrah, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Fascinating story. Anyway, so going to cut off here, and this should be it. Give you one more video when we get to the house. Okay. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, we have made it to the house and just pulled into the driveway. And
I hear the kidlets.
And look at those babies. There's a couple of the Sophie and the Stella Bear. And let's see, we're turning into the cover and, need to mow my lawn.
Yeah, you do.
There's
the hyenas.
There's the hyenas.
Well, I don't see Atlas.
I don't see Atlas. I don't know where he's at.
There's Zelda.
Well, it's been a fun trip. Has it been a fun trip?
It's been a great trip.
Been a great trip. So we're going to call this
A wrap.
A wrap. This is the end of the journey. Hey, y'all have a blessed day. Okay. Bye.
Bye.